Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, guys. Good evening, guys. Depending on where you are watching from, I thank God for the day. I thank God for everything He has done for me. Today, it has really rained too much rain today, as you can see. You can see here, too much rain today. But we thank God for that. So, as you can see in my comment section, there's a friend of mine who is trying to ask me maybe if I can explain on how people can get jobs in Saudi Arabia. It is simple. First of all, you need to travel. If you are in Africa, you need to travel to Saudi Arabia. You need to come to Saudi Arabia. So you must have what we call a passport. You must have a passport. Now, on talking of a passport, maybe you will ask me, how can I get passport? Hmm? How can I get the passport? So coming to how we can get the passport, how you can get a passport. For example, let me talk about my country, Kenya. If you want a passport, first of all, you must have an identity card, an ID. So, my friend went the other side. So, this identity card is the one you will use when when you are going to apply for passport. So, it's not only the ID. You need the next thing you need is your parents' identity cards. Your parents' identity cards, meaning you need to have an ID for your father, an ID for your mother, and then you take a photocopy of those IDs. The two of them, you need to take a photocopy. Another thing you need is a passport. Say the passport. I'm talking about the passport, the one you take a photo, you cut here, from here upwards. And the passport you must have the one you need, there must be a white background. The passport should be with a white background. Hope we are together. So then, if you have these documents, sometimes you might be required to have a PIN, KRA PIN. If you go to there in Nairobi, you can find a KRA PIN in Nairobi. KRA PIN, I, it's not compulsory, but it's good to have it. KRA PIN. When you have these documents, now you can take them to the place, to the cyber, or a place where you are going to get your passport. In a cyber, there you will be told, you will be guided how you will get your passport, how you will be taken a photo. That I mean a passport. If you don't have, then you are free to apply. By now, I think the passport is about 7,500, but when I came, it was about 4,550, something like that. So this is, Kenyan shillings. You apply for a passport. Now you are free to go. I think by now the passport you might wait maybe for 2 weeks, something like that, something of the sort. 2 weeks, then your passport is out. Then now let me take you to a section where you need to apply for the job. Sometimes you need to go to an agency. So, and sometimes if you have relatives here in Saudi Arabia, they can send you a visa. You know the visa that we use maybe to get a job. You need a visa to come into Saudi Arabia. The visa is given by a company. The company, maybe the company that maybe is going to employ you, need a visa. So this visa must be provided by the company. So for all this, it's good to have an agent, meaning in case of any problem, he can help you, the agent. Guys, it rained too much, I told you, it rained too much today, you see. As you can see, too much water is scattered over here. It rained today, too much rain. Now, let us answer the question, how do you get these agents? First, you must know the agency name. You can go to Google, you write agency that bring people to Saudi Arabia, to all to countries in to take people in Gulf. By now, maybe here in Saudi Arabia, you can write, how can I get an agency or agencies that take people to Saudi Arabia. There you will get a number of agencies. The location is there. You go to that agent's office. You see, you go to the agent's office. There you will be told where to go and where to follow in order to get the job. Maybe you want it depends on the job that you want. You can ask which jobs are there. First, you must know the agencies that are genuine. The agencies, there are so many agencies, they are fake, there are those that are good, but you must investigate to know the agencies that are good. So it depends. Hey, my friends, yes, Alhamdulillah. Okay. How do you know if the agency is genuine? How can you know if the agencies are genuine? There, you Google. Don't say why I always say Google, Google. Yeah, that's a procedure. You go, you must go to the office, you ensure they have an office. Most offices are there in capital cities, for example, Kenya, Nairobi. Sometimes in big cities like Mombasa, Kisumu, there are many cities there in Kenya. So you go to those cities, there are agencies there. You go to their office, you ask questions. You ask questions. Maybe sometimes there are those who want some money. I think you must pay something to them so that they can, because there are so many people who want to get jobs here and abroad. So there's a commission that they want you to give them so that they can help you get a job. You see? So you don't need to pay the money. Don't try to pay the money before the visa is out. The visa is the one I told you is provided by the government that gives you a job. But the first, before all this, you must do an interview. Sometimes it's not a must. It depends on the job that you want to come to work, to come to do, and it depends on the company that wants people to work. But mostly there is an interview. So don't pay so that you pass the interview. You must ensure that the interview you do, you wait for the feedbacks. The feedbacks are given by the agencies, by the employers. You know, there they do the interview. They do the interview online. They, they call, they make a video call from the country that you are and to the country that you want to go. So for me, I did the interview. I did the interview for the jobs in restaurants. So sometimes you might do the interview, it's in English language. But most of these Gulf countries, you come here, you find that even the people who are here, they don't know English, they know Arabic. But I say you must do the interview. It's good so that because these guys over here, they want people who are learned, because you know how can somebody know if you have gone to school? It's through speaking English. You see, it's through doing that interview so that they confirm you are learned, you are a learned guy. So when you come here is when you start learning these other languages, the Arabic. Here at the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Qatar, these all are Arabs, and most of them they speak Arabic. English very little, very little. As I came here, maybe I can give it 10%, only 10% no English. I'm very sure. Then don't think I'm just making words for myself. It is true. Even the people who work in these Gulf countries, they can confirm to you. Okay, as I know, after this interview, you leave for the agency, the agent that you went to look for the job where you did the interview to do the rest. So you wait for the visa to be out, is when you give this commission. It depends. There's no specific commission that you give the people who work, who the agencies. Okay. For me, I did the interview. I waited something like 1 week. I was called to the area where I did the interview, agent office, and they told me my results are out. I passed the interview, so I should wait for the visa. It took something like a month. Is when my visa came. My visa was out after 2 months. After 1 month, sorry. It's when I was free to come. See, I got my visa. Now it was after 2 months. After 2 months, I was now told that my visa is out. I gave out the money that we call it a commission. I gave it out. Now I was free to go. Huh? I was free to go. Now I am here in Saudi Arabia. So I think I have answered the question on how to get a job in Saudi Arabia. Uh, that's how we do. Okay. So please comment, like, and subscribe if you are new. But for the returning subscribers, I say thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate. I don't take your support for granted. I thank you very much.